Hello everyone. Today we will start with the ninth chapter of history named Changing Life Part 1. So we have two different chapters in chapter ninth and chapter 10th with the same name just divided into two different parts. In these two chapters we will discuss about the changes or the development that made a huge progress in our nation after the independence. As we all know, our ninth syllabus is based on the story or the journey of our country for 40 to 50 years after the independence. So we had started with the study from 1960 to 2000. So we will see the important steps or the important achievements we had done after the independence during that period. So far, we have studied the period from the year 1961 to 2000. The speed of change in the 20th and the 21st century has been tremendous. As we all know, the speed of change, when we go back and we see the changes that we had done or we brought in our nation, it's tremendous. What does it mean tremendous? Huge, or you can say the vast, right? Human life is changing rapidly. Day by day, year by year, new achievements, new development, new progress happens in our country. Not only in our country, all over the world, but we had also seen a kind of change in our country also. So our life is changing rapidly. What does rapidly means? Very fast, quickly. Things which we could not have imagined have are now a part of reality. So the things which we could not imagine earlier is now a part of reality. What does it mean? It's a very important sentence. Just underline it and read it twice. You will come to know the word says, the statement says that the things, the progress which we never imagined in our nation, now it's a part of reality, right? We are getting such kind of achievement. For example, for any technology, maybe it's cell phones, or you can say the aircraft, or the high speed trains, nuclear energy, or you can say the economic system in our country. We have achieved a lot. Previously, when we got independence, at that time we don't have much resources, we don't have much economy, our education system was not so good, our medical facilities, or you can say the health facilities, are also not so much expanded. But after the independence, year by year, we achieved a lot. So that's why it is said that the things which we never imagined, अगर सिंपल बात करें तो वो चीज़ें जो कभी हमने सोचा भी नहीं, आज वो हमारे सामने सच्चाई में है या हकीकत में है. In ancient and medieval period, if you talk about the ancient and medieval period, at that time people are classified according to their caste or the religion. But the situation today is different. No one asks your religion, caste or gender if you had performed well. Human success and their progress only made their identity. So this thing also been changed. ये कोई सडन चेंज नहीं है, इस चेंज को भी बहुत टाइम लगा है, बट आज ये चेंज दिख रहा है हमें सोसाइटी में. नाउ नो वन आस्क यू फ्रॉम विच फैमिली यू आर, नाउ नो वन आस्क यू फ्रॉम विच रिलीजन, विच रीजन यू आर. if you had done something good for society, then you will get achieved or you get priority for that. So it also makes a very much change. In ancient and medieval period, religion was an important part of a person's identity. What is identity? A kind of recognition. हिंदी में कहते हैं ना पहचान. तो पहले इंसान की पहचान उसके धर्म, उसकी जाति या उसके परिवार से होती थी, बट आज ऐसा नहीं है. हम लोगों ने देखा है कि एक छोटे रिलीजन से या छोटा कोई कास्ट हो या फैमिली हो, वहाँ से भी लोगों ने बहुत ज़्यादा अचीव किया है. We had a great example of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, right? The person is well known not only in India, all over the world. He belonged from a very normal, or you can say economically background family, but due to his achievements, he is famous all over the world. So it is just an example. We have so many list of people that they had achieved a lot progress in their life. Now modernization has passed some challenges before all religion. So since we are living in a modern world, and due to the introduction of modernization, these things has been went off. It doesn't matter, be it the Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism and Judaism. So maybe you belong to the different religion, different caste, but it doesn't matter in nowadays. So we all know what is the Hinduism, what is the Christianity, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism. but like Zoroastrianism and Judaism, for example, Zoroastrianism being to those people in the ancient time, the Persians, those who belongs to the Persia, they follow such kind of religion. And even if you look at the Judaism, it is for the Jewish people, they follow the Judaism. So these are the different communities. If we talk about it, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, he brought a sea change. Why we are comparing this change with the sea? Because like sea, this change is also vast, right? As we all know, this kind of things are also introduced before the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, but it not applicable in our society because it was not followed seriously, or you can say strictly. But with the help of constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar introduced these things in our constitution, and people are bound to follow that constitution. And since it brought a change in our society, now that every person in the society getting equal status, equal opportunity, equal value, maybe we don't have any discrimination related to the caste, gender, religion, region. So with the help of constitution, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar brought a, you can say, vast a sea change in our society. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar brought about a sea change in our traditional mindset. He brought it about through the medium of the Indian Constitution. According to our constitution, we all know that according to our constitution, all Indians are free to move anywhere in the country, any part of the country, to take up any job, to take up any education. Even we can change our religion or our customs. It's our own wish. We don't have any kind of restriction or any kind of force upon us. So this kind of situation has been created in our country with the help of constitution. And so for that, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar made a remarkable progress with the help of constitution. So according to our constitution, all Indians are equal before the law, and they cannot be discriminated. What is discriminated? Differentiated against on the basis of religion, race, caste, gender, or place of birth. All citizens have the right to freedom of speech and expression. Yes, every citizen have the right to speech and freedom. Freedom to assemble peacefully without arms. Freedom to assemble. Assemble means to gather, to make a association, to make a group without arms. So if you are not giving threat to anyone, or you are not getting endanger to anyone, so then you are very much free to create your own community, own group, own society. Freedom to form association, freedom to move, to live and settle down anywhere in India, on Indian territory, and to practice any occupation, even education also. So it's your choice which occupation you occupy. Indian citizens living anywhere in country enjoy the right to nurture their language, script and culture. So it is very much true that Indian citizen, may they belong to different states, different community, but they have the power, or you can say the right, to enjoy their own custom, religion, rituals, or their language. So it is very much helpful to every citizen to live a safe life. These provisions, what are the provisions? Provisions mean the changes. These provisions in the constitution shook the foundation of caste system, because as we all know, in past the caste is given the much importance by our own society. But day by day, since with the help of people getting educated, people getting aware, so these changes had been introduced in our society. So nowadays people are well aware of the situation, but in past it's a kind of big change for them. हम सबको पता है कोई भी चीज़ को एक्सेप्ट करने में टाइम लगता है. उस ज़माने में, आज से 100 साल पहले, अगर हम 70 साल पहले बात करें किसी को कास्ट और रिलीजन के बारे में, तो लोग बहुत ज़्यादा सेंसिटिव हुआ करते थे. आज वो सिचुएशन नहीं है, तो ये सब फ़र्क पड़ा है. तो धीरे धीरे हमारी सोसाइटी में बहुत चेंज आया. दैट वॉट वी आर लर्निंग इन दिस चैप्टर, दैट इज चेंजिंग लाइफ. हमारी लाइफ में क्या क्या चेंज आया हुआ है. It helped to make the practice of vocations running in the family absolute. So we had also seen such kind of changes in the family also. What does the absolute means? Absolute means the things which no longer exist, जिसका आज के ज़माने में कोई वैल्यू नहीं, कोई मतलब ही नहीं है. Change became the trend in every field of life, and we have seen the change became the trend. Is a kind of you can say in common language fashion. एक trend होता है. We had seen the trend in clothing, trend in our behavior, or in different part of the culture or society. So in the same way, change should happen in every field, and we had seen there is a change, like you had seen the education, even the transportation, communication. So in this way there are a lot change happened in our society. Thus began a series of minor and major changes in the society. So in the way there are so many minor and major changes that happen in our society. When we say the minor means you can say the small or the nominal changes. When we say the major, it means the any big or any kind of vast change. Now anyone can go into a restaurant irrespective of his religion, race, caste or gender. Yes, it's very much true. Now anyone can go to any restaurant. It doesn't matter from which religion, caste or gender you belong. All are invited in such kind of public places. In fact, we see boards outside the restaurants welcoming all. Yes, correct. Nowadays, none of the restaurants or none of the public places are restricted to any caste or community. Another very significant change during the post-independence period is the right to express opinion against the government. When we say the significant means important. If you talk about the important change, then after the independence or the post means after, as we all know. Post means after, pre means before. So after the independence, we had also got some kind of rights that we can stand against the government or we can say against the government if it's in a disciplined manner. आप गवर्नमेंट को भला बुरा कह सकते हो, बट एक प्रॉपर मैनर में. सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट को नहीं, आप किसी को भी क्रिटिसाइज करते हो, बट दैट शुड बी इन अ प्रॉपर मैनर, right? You should follow the certain sort of rules or the guideline that's set by the society or the constitution. Then if your point is valid, then it can be noticed, it can be raised. Earlier there were limits on expressing any opinion against political ruler. पहले ऐसा नहीं था. You are not allowed to say anything against your leaders or against your rulers. So these things has been changed. Now Indian citizens can register their protest against the policy of the government through newspapers, speeches or other media. So today we have so many options to express our opinion, to express our problems with the help of speeches, public meetings or the newspapers. And nowadays we all know social media helps a lot in such things. Like we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. Even we can with the help of YouTube we can spread our words. So in nowadays these things are available, or we can have the facility of such things. The institution of the family, you can say the family system. Previously we all living in the joint family system. Yes, we had extended family also, but now we are living in nuclear family. What are the nuclear family? Nuclear family is a separated family. For example, if you compare your family, nowadays we live with our parents only, but previously our grandparents, our uncle, aunties, or different, you can say the relatives which are related, or our father's cousin, they live together in a single home. Right, so at that time we had a system of joint family. So we don't say that this change has brought a big change in the society or in the family system. It doesn't matter that people live in a joint family or people live in a nuclear family, but there should be a certain kind of respect, there should be a certain kind of attachment or the bonding. And also, as we all know, everything has their advantages and disadvantages. So in the same way, if a person is living in a joint family, so maybe they have a restriction to handle the family, or many times they won't able to leave the family. But if person is living in a nuclear family, so they always think about their own progress, own development, and it creates a lot of opportunities related to the job or the schooling or any kind of business. So in this way you can see the both systems are good, but if it's followed in a proper manner. During the pre-independence period, the institution of the family was an important identifying feature of Indian society. Even today also, our country, our India is very much famous all over the world for a family system, as we had seen or we had heard in different movies or in the different news channels, that in Europe they don't have a such kind of family system, right? A country like America, which is also a democratic country, but again they won't give much importance to the family. But in our country we know the respect, the values we share with each other. So during the pre-independence period, the institution of the family was an important identifying feature of Indian society. India was known all over the world as the country of joint families. So India is called as the country of the joint families all over the world. However, the wave of globalization has now given an impetus to the system of nuclear family. So this wave of globalization, as we know, not only in India, all over the world, we have seen the globalization, the change done all over the world, that gave an impetus to the nuclear families. What is the impetus? Impetus means more importance, more value. Next is social welfare. When we talk about the social welfare, we had seen a change happen in a society where we think about the society or the welfare of the people. So we know the social welfare means the welfare of the changes or the development that done on the basis of the society. So the objective to establish the welfare state has been incorporated in the constitution in itself. What do you incorporate? Incorporate means introduced, right? In our constitution, everything is mentioned, right? We all know. We don't know the each and every point of the constitution, but we at least know that in our country everything is happened with the what do you say, with the instructions or the guidelines that are given in the constitution, even for the society, even for the culture, behavior, law, our conduct, everything has been mentioned in the constitution. India is the first country in the world to do so, and yes, it's our country. We should feel proud of that, that India is being the first country to do such things with the help of the constitution. The social welfare programs aim to make opportunities for full-time employment, healthcare, education and development available to all Indian citizens. So day by day, year by year, there are so much improvement done in different fields, maybe the education, maybe the medical facilities, maybe the employment opportunities. So in this way, with the help of constitution, there is a kind of change that should brought the opportunities, or you can say the better living to the citizens. Indian society is riddled with large scale economy. What does the riddled mean? Riddled means the kind of puzzle. So as we all know, from the ancient or the medieval period, we have faced so many issues, even the so many what we can say, the different people had attacked our nation in the past also, they had looted us, so we faced a critical situation in even the past also. So always our system has been riddled in a problem, but with the help or the dedication, we always overcome such situation. Indian society is riddled with the large scale economy. Yes, we have an economic problem, we have a social or the education and the cultural inequalities. In today's time also, we are facing the problem of education, or we are facing the problem of social inequalities. In some remote areas or in villages, people are strict to their religion, caste, gender. These things, government trying to create awareness among the people with the different medium or the different you can say the way to communicate with them. However, it is necessary that opportunities for development reach women, children, the differently abled, the scheduled caste and tribes, as well as the other minorities. So it is very much important that the change that should be brought in the society should reach each and every section of the society. Like we had seen, why always children and women are in the talk? Because they are not getting such kind of priority in the society. Yes, we had seen even in the past and today's time also, not much awareness has been created against the problem of the women or the children. As we have seen, we don't have a proper medical facility for the children, or even for the education system. We had seen the child labor issues still is in our country, child marriages, so many things happens for the children, even for the minorities. When it's the minorities, what does the minorities means? Minorities means those who are in the less number. Minorities means those who are in the less number. So we have seen the scheduled caste and scheduled tribes also face such kind of different problems. This was the greatest challenge facing the government during the post-independence period. So these are the problems that government needs to face after the independence. That is why on 14 June 1964, the government of India constituted the Ministry of Social Welfare. So that's why on 14th June 1964, the government of India constituted the Ministry of Social Welfare. So government had introduced a separate department named Ministry of Social Welfare that will look about the welfare of the society. Under this ministry, various programs are implemented for nutrition and child development. And under this ministry, under this department, there are different schemes, programs has been introduced for the child and the women welfare. Social security and social protection, women's welfare and development. A similar arrangement exists at the state level too. So at the central and state level, both we have such kind of facilities. Now scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. What is scheduled caste and scheduled tribe? What does scheduled means? Scheduled means you can see a list, you can see the numbers. So after the independence, when our constitution has been prepared, so there are different clauses or different points has been mentioned. So in order to match this, to order to give everyone the opportunity, government also made different list. Therein we have a kind of list that was based on the caste or the tribe. So what does the tribe means? Tribe means the tribal people who are remote in who are living in remote areas, or you can say the Adivasis, those who are based on the forest life, or they are not getting the proper kind of system. So government made a list that is called the schedule. So we have a list of the caste that are not getting any kind of benefit or the opportunity in the society. In the same way, government made a list of tribal people so that they can given a form of support from the government in the form of reservation, or they will get the opportunity of the education, employment, and different facilities, or they can also given priority in the political system so that they can be raised up, they can be bring forward, right? So in this way, our reservation system also introduced in our nation. According to the 1971 census, we all know census is a kind of survey that done every 10th year, right? So once in a decade. So it was started in 1951, then 61, 71, 81, so on. According to the 1971 census, 22% people in India belong to scheduled caste and tribes. Law were enacted. What were enacted? Created, so that they got educational scholarships and representation in parliament as well as state assemblies. Some seats are also reserved for them in government services. So in different sections or in different government schemes, program, such kind of plan has been introduced. Public health, yes, it is very much important. Every citizen should get a proper health facility, and in our country, day by day, year by year, new innovations and new development or new achievements has been done in the field of medical science. The Constitution of India states that the primary duty of the government is to raise the people's standard of living. Yes, this is very much important. Our government always try to do such things to raise the standard of living of the people. What does the mean of standard of living? A better living, right? Every individual has the right to live a better life, to get a proper education, even after the education to get a proper job. Even we should get a proper drinking water facility, we should get a proper roads, transportation facility. So it is a responsibility of the government to provide such kind of facilities to the citizens. The Constitution of India states that the primary duty of the government is to raise the people's standard of living, to ensure proper nutrition and to improve public health. The Ministry of Health and Social Welfare at the center helps the state government in this regard. To make primary health services as well as medical care available to rural people, the tribals and the poor was an objective of the sixth five-year plan. As we all know, we had learned about the 5 year plans. So during the sixth 5-year plan, it was the planning of the government that there should be an improvement in the medical health facilities and improvement to be done in the medical field. Efforts, we know what is meaning of efforts. Efforts means the try or the dedication or the hard work. Efforts were made towards helping people maintain good health by giving recognition to Unani, homeopathy, Ayurveda and naturopathy in addition to allopathy. So in our country, a government always try to give support to the people with the help of different kind of treatment in the medical field, maybe in the allopathy or the homeopathy, Unani, Ayurveda. We all know, generally we use the एलोपैथी मेडिसिन, राइट? हम लोग जो डॉक्टर के पास से मेडिसिन लेते हैं, हम जो मेडिकल स्टोर से मेडिसिन लेते हैं, दैट इज द काइंड ऑफ एलोपैथी. बट इन आवर कंट्री वी हैव another different scopes or options for our medical treatment like Unani, homeopathy, Ayurveda. We all know what is Ayurveda, right? And homeopathy also, you had seen many times we get cured from the homeopathy. And the Unani also, Unani is a kind of ancient treatment. It has been derived from the Yunnan. In the past, the region between the Asia and the Europe is called as the Yunnan. So from there we had seen this such kind of treatment introduced in different parts of the country. So we get such kind of facilities in our nation. Progress in the medical field. When we talk about the progress in the medical field, has been made lives of Indian relatively free from health concern. So many important achievements has been done in the medical field. Maybe it's a heart surgery, heart transplantation, kidney transplantation, and so many things. So in 1962, the first successful open heart surgery was performed under the leadership of Dr. N. Gopinath at Christian Medical College Hospital at Vellore. It's in Tamil Nadu. So in 1961, we achieved the progress of a successful open heart surgery that done at Christian Medical College at Vellore. It's in Tamil Nadu by Dr. N. Gopinath. Hence, it is no longer necessary to go abroad for such treatment. So it make a facility for our citizen that we won't need to go to any foreign countries or abroad for such kind of treatment. As we all know, in our country, we get better medical facility in a very less rate. Right? Even foreigners or people from different countries prefer India for their treatment or for any kind of surgery or such kind of big transplantation. Similarly, the invention of Jaipur Foot, it is a kind of organization where they prevent the people, the differently abled people with the artificial legs or the limbs. Similarly, the invention of the Jaipur Foot had transformed the lives of the disabled in India. What does transform? Transform means change. They brought a big change in the life of the disabled people in our country. Because as we all know, if you met with any accident or any bad situation, and if you are not able to cope up with it, then society won't give much support to you, or even you won't able to get any kind of opportunity or any kind of job. So at that time you need a support. राइट हम लोगों ने देखा है बहुत लोगों को जो पहले से उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होती, बट किसी एक्सीडेंट की वजह से, किसी प्रॉब्लम की वजह से उनके हाथ कट जाते हैं, पैर कट जाते हैं. हमने देखा है बहुत बार ट्रेन के एक्सीडेंट हो जाते हैं. तो ऐसे लोगों को आगे सर्वाइव करना बहुत मुश्किल आता है. बट जयपुर फूड जैसे ऐसे बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है हमारे कंट्री में जो आर्टिफिशियल लिम्स और जो आर्टिफिशियल हाथ और पैर होते हैं, वो लोगों को वो कभी कभी तो फ्री में या बहुत ही कम रेट में वो लोगों की मदद करते हैं ताकि वो फिर से कैपेबल हो सके अपनी जॉब को रिज्यूम करने के लिए या अभी और कोई उनको लाइफ में अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ के लिए. सो ये सब चीज़ें बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती है हमारी सोसाइटी में. राइट, यू कैन सी अ पर्सन हु बिलोंग्स टू एनी मिलिट्री सर्विसेज, अगर कुछ हादसे की वजह से अगर उसे कुछ गोली लग जाती है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है, तो आगे वो सर्वाइव कैसे करेगा. और इनके बनाए हुए जो आर्टिफिशियल लिम्स होते हैं, जो लेग्स होते हैं, वो इतने ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव होते हैं कि लोग उनकी मदद से दे कैन ईजिली रन, दे कैन वॉक, दे कैन इवन डू साइकिलिंग, दे कैन यूज टू क्लाइंब द माउंटेन्स ऑल्सो. Even for example, if they had to work in the farms and the field, they can easily work. So सोचो ये कितना ज़्यादा लोगों को सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट बना देते हैं. So such kind of organization really works lot in our society. Similarly, the inventions of Jaipur Foot had transformed. Transform means changed the lives of the disabled in India. Before 1968, if a person lost a leg in an accident, he had to suffer for the rest of the life. As we all know, if any person met with an accident, then he or she need to suffer for whole of their life. In order to remedy the situation, what a remedy solution, the problem for the solution for such kind of problem, the Dr. Pramod Sethi designed and manufactured artificial limbs, noses and ear with the help of the skilled craftsman Ramchandra Sharma. What is skilled? Skilled means you can say the trained, expert. The artificial body parts manufactured with the help of Jaipur Foot technology had made it easy for the differently able to walk barefoot. What is barefoot? Without any footwear. हिंदी बोलते हैं नंगे पैर. तो वो इतनी अच्छी क्वालिटी होती है कि आपको कुछ अलग से फुटवेयर पहनने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती है. आप आराम से चल सकते हो, आप रन कर सकते हो, क्लाइंब कर सकते हो. सो द आर्टिफिशियल बॉडी पार्ट्स manufactured with the help of Jaipur Foot technology has made it easy for the differently able to walk barefoot on rough surfaces, run, go cycling, work in the fields, even climb trees and climb mountains, etc. They save on the expenses on shoe, as there is no need for footwear on this artificial limb. So they save the money on the shoes because no need of footwear required for such kind of artificial limbs. They can bend their legs. Even the person who are get treated with such kind of artificial legs, they can bend their legs they at the knees and sit crossed legs. These feet are also convenient while working in water on wet condition. Even the farmers or even kind of person can work in a wet situation also. So such kind of improvement had been done in our country. Kidney transplant. As we all know, kidney transplant is a major surgery. This kind of facility also started in our country. Since this surgery can now be performed in India, doctors have succeeded in saving patients' life. Such surgeries were not so common in India till 1971. Before 1971, for such surgery we need to go abroad, and such surgery are not available in our country. But in 1971, it was successfully performed at the same place as we had seen at the place where this open heart surgery done at the Christian Medical College at Vellore in Tamil Nadu by Dr. Johnny and Dr. Mohan Rao. Transplanted the kidney donated by a living person into the patient's body. So they transplanted the kidney donated by a living person into the patient's body, and it was successfully done in the year 1971. So you can see the technology, the improvement in the medical field done in our nation. Nowadays, patients from underdeveloped countries come to India for such surgeries. So nowadays, because seeing the facility in our country at a very cheap rate, and moreover we had a very good climate, people from cold countries, they always prefer to come to India. We had seen the Europeans, they are facing the climatic situation or the problem, so many times they come to India because we had living in a tropical climate where we have enough sunlight. So this also helps for the better treatment or the cure of any disease. So in this way, India plays a very important role, not only in medical field but in every aspects. Test tube baby. When we talk about the test tube baby is a kind of technology that gives a support, that gives an opportunity to a family that are very much suffering to get a baby in their family. And with the help of such technology, it has been advanced that in today's world, such improvement done in the society with the help of medical field. Right from early times, having a baby is considered to be utmost important in the Indian family system. Yes, we all know utmost means very much important in any family. Every family thinks of a baby. The support of test tube baby technology has been available to childless couples since 1978, and those couple who are childless, those who are trying and they have some medical complexity, so with the help of test tube baby they can avail such facilities. It was under the supervision of Dr. Subhash Mukhopadhyay. So it was first done in our country with the help of the instruction or the guidance of Dr. Subhash Mukhopadhyay, that the experiment of the test tube baby was successfully carried out at Kolkata. This was the first successful attempt at artificial conception. So it was first successful attempt done the artificial conception by Subhash Mukhopadhyay, and a girl named Durga was born with this technology. This technology helped to solve the problems of childless couple who wanted children, and such kind of technology helps the problem of childless couple. They are facing the situation of such things. Next is immunization. We know the meaning of immunization. There are two kind of treatment. One is medicine, another is vaccine. Right? Medicine, we take medicine to cure the disease, and we take vaccine to prevent the disease. Right? So in our country, our government runs the immunization program to fight with the disease. For example, if there is a common disease, to prevent with the disease, every citizens are immunized. Right? We have example of polio, diphtheria. We have taken so many like chickenpox, smallpox, these kind of vaccines in our childhood. Nowadays, we are seeing that government, or not only in India, all over the world, the scientists or the doctors are trying to get the vaccine for the COVID-19, right? Because if once we have the vaccine, then every individual of this world can be immunized, and they will be the preventive measures from such kind of dreadful diseases. Before 1978, every year 6 Indian infants out of every 10 who were born faced fatal health problems in the very first year of their birth. So it has been seen that out of 10 children's infants. What were infants? Infants means newly born babies. Right? So out of 10, more 6 or 7 kids face the problem of health challenges. So there should be certain kind of medical treatment or medical facilities given to them. The immunization program was taken up to overcome the threat of polio, measles, tetanus, TB, tuberculosis, diphtheria and whooping cough. Even we know the pulse polio immunization program started in 1995 has controlled polio. So these kind of immunization program always supports the people or the citizens to live a better and a healthy life. So in this way, we had seen a different changes has been introduced in our country that improved the life of our citizens or the people, getting facilities in each and every field. That's why we are learning in this chapter about the changing life that we had seen.